Hi everybody, I'm just going to have a look at the Nikon FE and FE2 film cameras, which are old traditional type film cameras, metal bodies, and it's basically just to highlight the differences between them. The FE came out in 1978, which is this model, and the FE2 in 1983. And at that time the FE was discontinued. Both bodies came out in chrome or black. I prefer black, and they've got the same dimensions. The FE2 is 40 grams lighter if you don't include lens, and that's mainly down to the different shutter. So there's a titanium shutter on the FE2, which is lighter. I just want to highlight differences between them because they are very similar. They're both aperture priority or automatic electronic cameras, and they use battery power for the meter and the electronically timed shutter. But you might think, well, why would you want to FE if there's an FE2 available? Well, first of all, the FE2s tend to sell for a high price, but the FE has some features actually which the FE2 doesn't have, would you believe, which some people prefer. And first of all, the main thing that is because of the time it was made, a lot of people had pre-AI or non-AI lenses, and these are the ones with a flat base and no groove cut in for the aperture control. And for those lenses to work, on the AI cameras you've got this lug which interacts with the ring on the lens, and on the FE it can be retracted. And you press that pin and the lug can be flicked back like that, so you've got a nice flat mount that's not protruding out, and then you can fit these pre-AI, non-AI lenses, which obviously at the time when the FE came out was important because a lot of people would have had those lenses, and your glass makes up a big cost for you, so a lot of people were glad with the FE. Now obviously with that, if you're using these lenses on an FE, you've not got no way the lug on the top interacts with the meter at all, so basically you have to do stop down metering, which means leaving it in auto, stopping down the lens. You've got a stop down lever here, and keeping that held down while you expose and take the shot, or obviously you can put it in manual, do the stop down metering, set up the camera f-stop and shutter speed, and then you can release the stop down meter so you can see the viewfinder brighter obviously, and compose the shot better and focus, and then take the shot. So that's something the FE got over the FE2. The other thing is a battery check. The battery check on the FE2 is very basic. In fact, it's not really a battery check, it's just the way the camera works. You basically switch on the meter, and to switch on the meter on the FE2 you pull out the advance lever and then you press the shutter halfway, which puts on the meter for 16 seconds, and as long as that comes on, the meter's active, then you know the battery power's okay. On the FE, a much better principle, you don't even have to move the advance lever or switch on the meter at all. You've simply got a little lever here that you can push down, and if the red LED light shows the battery power is sufficient, that is definitely a better method. The other thing as well is about the meter. Obviously while the meter is active it's using power, and both cameras use a different way of how the meter stays on or active. Now on the FE the meter is active when you've got the advance lever in the standoff position, and it stays on until you physically push it back, and there is a red dot warning there to show you that the power is on. So in effect, if you actually left an FE like that, the battery would drain. The FE2, you move the advance lever to standoff position. You see there's no red dot on this one because actually meter isn't activated yet until you half press the shutter button. But then it remains active for 16 seconds, whether or not you fire a shot or return the lever to there, even it still stays active for 16 seconds. So in effect, as long as you remember to put the advance lever back on the FE will use less power for that. So some people like that feature of the FE. Other differences are, there's slight cosmetic differences, not a great deal, but the biggest difference with the FE2 is it uses a faster shutter speed. You can go up to 1/4000th of a second, whereas on the FE it's only 1/1000th of a second. And the big change made there was to the shutter. It's got a titanium shutter on the FE2, which is lighter, and the FE2 has also got a counterplate for the mirror, so when you take a shot there's actually less vibration. So that's and you can feel that actually when you do fire a shot, there's less vibration feedback. That's basically the difference between them. The FE2 also has through the lens flash. You see it's got more contacts on the top. The FE's just got a single contact, and that can obviously be a great feature. Makes flash photography a lot simpler. You've got much more variety. You can choose more range on the f-stop you want for depending on what distance. So that is a big advantage on the FE2. Well, apart from that, say basically the very same. The other thing is focusing screens. The FE used the same types of focusing screen, but they are slightly dimmer. On the FE2 you brought out brighter screens, so obviously the viewfinder is a bit brighter and clearer. You can actually use the same viewfinder, focusing screen, on the FE as you've got in the FE2, but you do have to make a exposure compensation to compensate for the brightness difference, because obviously that's where the metering is in the prism as well. Both use the same batteries type, two 1.55 volt silver oxide batteries or 1.5 volt alkaline batteries, or you can even use a 3 volt lithium battery. And very nice cameras. As I say, they're very traditional Nikon cameras, metal bodies, and a feature of them both actually, which even modern DSLRs don't do. Although there's no mirror lock-up, if you use the self-timer to take a shot, it flicks the mirror up before it actually, so it counts down and then takes the shot, so you get even less vibration there. So that's a feature of the FE and FE2 which even you don't get from modern digital cameras. Manual focusing obviously on both of them, and say some of the old manual focus lenses are fantastic, and some are actually sharper as well than modern lenses. Say very slight cosmetic differences, just little things like even the nameplate on the FE2 as there isn't one on the FE. It actually says FE on the before the serial number. Well, this one's a bit faded. The back's slightly different. Film holder, cover holder, sorry. exposure compensation dial is a bit different. Oh, another thing on the FE2 is when you do use the exposure compensation dial, you do actually get a red LED showing that symbol in the viewfinder. So there you go, just a look at the FE and FE2. Nice cameras, and both very good, and obviously I've tried to point out the differences between them, which may help you decide which one you want to go for. Thanks for looking, and hope to see you soon.